There is an ancient paradox that few men realize until they have experienced enough failure. It is that when you try to grasp a handful of sand, the tighter you squeeze, the more the sand slips through your fingers. Only when you open your palm, keeping it flat and steady, does the sand remain complete. Love and attraction operate by this exact same law. For thousands of years, we men have been programmed with the mindset of the hunter. We believe we must always be the initiator, the icebreaker, the one who endures rejection. But what if I told you that true power does not lie in rushing forward, but in the ability to create a magnetic space for a woman to step into voluntarily? Today, we are not talking about cheap pickup tricks. We are going deeper into the psychology of permission and the art of stillness. This is a journey to redefine your position, not through force, but through a profound understanding of human nature. Let's begin with the first layer of awareness, the law of echo in relationships. Have you ever stood before a cliff and shouted, "What do you get back?" Exactly what you sent out. In the emotional world, most men are broadcasting signals of lack, of pressure, and of expectation. When you're constantly the one texting first, planning everything, chasing relentlessly, you are silently sending a message that says, "I do not trust you will choose me. So, I must force you to choose me." In Taoism, there is a concept called wu wei, which means action through non-action. It does not mean laziness. It means acting in accordance with the natural flow. When you stop frantically rowing the boat and start learning how to set the sail to catch the wind, everything changes. Women have an incredibly sharp intuition. They can sense the energy of desperation no matter how well you try to hide it. Therefore, the first step to turning the tide is not to do more, but to learn to step back to create a space. In that empty space, her curiosity finally has a soil it needs to sprout. This leads us to the second deep layer, creating emotional safety. Imagine a stray cat. If you run towards it and try to catch it, it will flee immediately because its survival instinct tells it that a fast approach is a threat. But if you sit still, radiating peace and demanding nothing, that cat will curiously approach, perhaps even rubbing against your leg. Women also crave safety before they dare to reveal their intensity. Society has taught women that if they are proactive, they will be judged as easy or of low value. That is the invisible fear holding them back. Your task as a mature man is not to smash that wall with a sledgehammer, but to open a door and say that here, you are safe. When you create a non-judgmental space where her initiative is cherished, rather than looked down upon, you are freeing her from social prejudices. That is when she dares to be true to her deepest desires. So how do we do this in practice? We step into the third layer, the art of permission. I recall a story about an old watchmaker I once met. He never forced the gears to fit together. He simply placed them gently in the right position and let gravity do the rest. In a conversation, instead of asking for a date, try planting a seed in her mind. You can say casually but meaningfully, "I have always found a strange attraction in women who dare to go after what they want." That boldness is truly seductive, but sadly, few dare to do it. This sentence is not a simple flirtation. It is a key. It does three things at once. 1. It redefines initiative as sexy rather than shameful. 2. It activates her ego to prove herself. And 3. Most importantly, it silently announces that if you step forward, I will receive you, not judge you. You are handing her a pass to enter your world, but permission alone is not enough. You need the fourth layer of awareness, the law of energy balance. There is a saying from Stoic philosophers that I treasure. We suffer because we try to control things that do not belong to us. When you text and wait for a reply in anxiety, you are giving your power away to someone else. Look at the mountains. The mountain never bows down to beg the wind to blow. The mountain just stands there, tall and steady, and the clouds and wind find their own way to swirl around it. Men need to learn to become the mountain. This means you must have a rich life, a mission greater than just sitting around waiting for a message. When she senses that you are a prize that requires effort to earn, not a promotional item that is always available, your value skyrockets. Scarcity creates value. Do not always be available. Let her taste the feeling of your absence, so she understands that your time is precious. It is in that absence that longing has the chance to rise. Next is the fifth layer, the reflection of the ego. Sometimes, the reason we do not receive love is that we do not believe we deserve it. We try to please, try to be the nice guy, but deep inside is a fear of abandonment. Women smell the scent of this insecurity very quickly. Recall the image of the greatest father or mentor in your life. Did they ever cower to beg for anyone's approval? No. They lived by their own code. When you talk to a woman, hold the attitude of someone who is choosing a companion for their life's journey, not an emotional beggar. Dare to tease her. Dare to challenge her. For example, when she says men should be the initiators, smile and ask back. So if I wanted to ask you out for dinner, do I have to take a number and wait in line? Or do I get priority access? This humor mixed with a challenge is a powerful catalyst. It shows you are confident and unshaken by small tests. We arrive at the 6th layer, transformation in long-term relationships. Many people think what I just said is only for first dates. That is a mistake. The fire of marriage fades because we stop being curious and stop creating space. We take the other person's presence for granted. If you are in a long-term relationship and feel your wife or girlfriend is no longer proactive, it is because you have done all her work for her. You have filled every gap with excessive attention or control. Try stepping back. Tell her on a quiet evening, "I miss the thrill when you unexpectedly kiss me. I really miss that bold version of you." That is an invitation, not a complaint. You are reminding her of the seductive woman sleeping inside, and inviting her to wake that woman up. When she feels she is desired rather than demanded of, she will respond with a warmth you thought was lost forever. And finally, the 7th layer of awareness, which is also the highest, letting go to possess. It sounds contradictory, but this is the truth. You only truly possess the woman you want when you are no longer afraid of losing her. This is not coldness or heartlessness. This is wholeness of self. When your joy and happiness shine from within, independent of whether she texts back or not, you become a giant magnet. Women want to be with a man who is emotionally solid. Someone who can be an anchor when the storm comes. Not a man who is also wobbling because of their emotions. Live your life so brilliantly that she feels if she does not step into it, she will miss out on a magnificent adventure. Before we end, I want you to do a small exercise tonight. Take 10 minutes, turn off your phone, sit in silence and observe your breath. Imagine the most brilliant version of yourself, a man who is confident, calm and full of tolerance. Ask yourself, how would that man behave in this situation? Would he rush? Would he be afraid? Write down 3 qualities you want a woman to see in you, and start living as if you are already that man. Do not wait for the world to validate you, validate yourself. Life is too short to live in waiting and guessing. Remember, you do not need to manipulate anyone. You just need to return to your true position as a mountain, as the ocean, as a stillness. When you do that, all rivers will flow towards you. The journey to becoming a grounded man does not end with this video. If you want to continue diving deeper into these new layers of awareness, hit that subscribe button right now so we can walk this path together. If this video helped you realize something, share it with a brother who also needs to find himself again. Do not just be an observer, take action to transform your life starting from this very moment.